So I have an interesting story, true life story about my life that we all can learn. All right. You know, in the past few days, my topic has been on health. So me, I'm somebody that I usually have malaria every month, every single month. I used to pride myself that yes, we freestyle with malaria every month until I traveled abroad. And then I did a whole year abroad. I never had malaria. It's not just that I didn't have malaria, I was never sick. Normally in Nigeria, I would either go down with malaria or typhoid or both. So when I went abroad, I realized that damn, I was never really sick the whole time. So first shocker was when I was discussing with my white friend. I told him that, look, I've not had malaria all the while I've been here. I feel uncomfortable. So he was really surprised and he was asking me, so you had malaria and you survived it? Malaria kills 300,000 people in Africa every year, this, that. So you survived it? I said, yeah. Like, I have it all the time. Like, what do you mean? So that discussion kind of woke me up. I was like, so it's not even normal for people to have malaria. And then I started thinking, why didn't even I have any other sickness during this period? So when I came back to Nigeria, I realized that the environment was different fundamentally. Number one is that, of course, the weather there wouldn't permit so much mosquitoes. Secondly, they always have their doors closed, windows closed, everything closed. In Africa here, we are used to throwing open our windows, throw open our doors to let fresh air inside and a whole lot of things. And then all these flies, mosquitoes will get in and bite the hell out of you at night. You know, now you're treating malaria. So first thing I did when I came back is I made sure that all my windows and doors are sealed. You know, I also made sure I changed the environment from where there is dirty water around. You know, all these mosquitoes and other insects, right? They breed in dirty water. So even if your house is nice and then 2-3 streets away there is really dirty water somewhere, you know, the whole area is polluted. The whole area will be falling sick all the time. So I moved away from an area where there was some serious water, bad water somewhere, stagnant water in the gutters, bad stream, you know. I moved away from that area. Now, if you have dirty water also, the way the water table is if you dig the ground, right? If you dig the ground, you meet a solid rock. On that solid rock, you will see a river. If you dig ground anywhere, if you go down deep enough, you see there's a river of water on the ground. So that river is where they connect a pipe and start bringing water up. So that's what you call well. You understand? So most houses will dig this water and put a water pump so that they will use it to supply water to the building. Now the thing is that if you go 2-3 steps away or houses away, you will see another building that wouldn't connect water. They would dig something like a septic tank, or they would dig latrine, what we call latrine, pit toilet. So this pit toilet will go down and sometimes it will touch that water bed. So let's say water is flowing this direction, the house here dug a latrine and is touching the water bed. The house, all the houses down like this, when they dig their own well, they are fetching the same water that has been polluted up by 2-3 houses away. So if you live somewhere where there's anything like latrine, bro, move out from that place. The whole water you guys are using there is polluted, even if it looks neat. So I moved away from that area. I made sure all my doors and windows are always sealed. And then the other thing is the quality of food. Some of these typhoid, what we call typhoid in quotes, sicknesses that come to us are from the dirty water used in cooking the food. You understand? That food you're buying from the roadside, you don't know how the woman prepared it. Sometimes if you go to the woman where she's preparing the food, you will cry. You will cry real tears of what you are eating, because they just fetch water anywhere and use it and use anything they want, and then as long as you eat the food. So as soon as I cut all these things out, I stopped falling sick. Now I can do 2 years, 3 years, no sickness at all. Another change I did was instead of waiting for me to fall fully ill with malaria, and I taught a guy this thing and it has been working for him. There was this guy that every 2-3 months he will fall ill too, and then he will be rushed to the hospital. They will put drip on his body, and then he will stay there for like a day or 2 or 3 before they will release him, discharge him. So I told him that malaria will always give you signs. Not just malaria, any sickness. There is hardly any sickness that will drop you on the same day, except you ate some really powerful poison. You understand? Most sicknesses will give you signs. You are the one ignoring it. For me, when malaria wants to come, it pains me in the eye like this. So if I turn my eye to any angle like this, I'll feel pain turning the eye. That's how I know that there's problem. Another one is when I wake up a bit late. You know, everybody has a time they wake up, and not just a time you wake up. There's an energy level you used to wake up. You understand? If you're somebody that works by, your work starts by 8 a.m., maybe you normally wake by 5 a.m. So once it's 5 a.m., even without alarm clock, your body will wake you up, and you wake up reinvigorated. That means the night sleep did its job. You wake up with enough energy to carry on your day. So anytime I wake up with a little less energy, I know that there's a problem. Or wake up late, maybe an extra hour, I know that I was fatigued in my sleep. There's a problem. You know? So another one is cold. Everywhere is hot in Africa, but if I start feeling cold inside me, there's like a little cold inside me, I know that malaria is 2-3 days away. Then I have to start treating it. Once you start treating it on time, it won't get so bad that you have to get to the hospital. How do you treat it? In Nigeria, at least, you can self-medicate. You get to the pharmacy, talk to a professional pharmacist. They will give you the proper medication, and you take it. All right? There are also herbs that cure it, which I wouldn't want to go into, but you know what I'm talking about. But this key thing happened that I was never ill of malaria. Typhoid, I can't remember the last time I was ever sick of anything typhoid. Nothing. Because I dealt with the food I eat. The water I drink is always, I used to cook, is always boiled before I use it to cook. So, if you fix your environment, most of your sickness will go. Do you understand? Most of the sicknesses we are suffering is from what we are eating. There are 2 types of death, dying. Slow death and fast death. Fast death is something happens, you just die. Everybody knows the cause because they can relate what happened to when you went down. But slow death is that you've been eating rubbish gradually or breathing rubbish over the years. There are people that are in traffic every day. Every day they are breathing fumes, CO2. The same fumes they are telling you that is causing, destroying the environment. I don't want to say the word, climate something, you get. These same fumes, you are breathing it every day in the name of going to work. This is the fumes that people will sleep on. If they sleep and put on a generator, in the morning they will not wake up because they breathed it all night. But you, every morning going to work, you breathe it. Every evening coming back from work, you breathe it. You think it's not doing anything. Look at you dying, you are dying. Do you understand what I'm saying? I understand if you are stuck in somewhere in life that you can't deal with that. But now I'm telling you, I want you to be conscious so that you change that system as soon as possible. Many people are breathing many different kinds of toxins. If you are living in an area where you are perceiving smell all the time, that thing is killing you, is hurting you. That air is not supposed to smell. Same thing with offices. Some people are working in an office where there is a generator across the fence or across their window. It's always loud. Bah, 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 bah. That sound is not good. You are not supposed to be hearing loud sound every time. And then the fumes from the generator, you can perceive it just because of your chicken salary. You are working on it. If you fall sick, your company will replace you. So if you are somewhere where the environment is not good, it may be the cause of your problem. Some people will be saying they are having asthma, they are having breathing problems. If you go to hospital, they'll be giving you medications to treat it. At the end, you go back to office and be breathing those fumes again. Some people is migraine, but it's the sound of the generator that is causing you migraine. Change it. Change your sitting position, complain about it, move around. You'll be amazed at how your life will be totally different. Just like mine now that I've not